Hello, hello. This is the ghost of the Drake's bathroom, and I'm just here to tell you that you need to like and subscribe to Antimatters, because if you don't, you'll get 7 years of bad luck.
Wait, are you in the bathroom or are you a ghost? I feel like you mixed your messages.
Both.
Did you guys ever hear Moaning Myrtle?
I'm a ghost in a bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Like you died in the bathroom?
Yes.
Or is that just where you haunt?
Well, I died in the bathroom because I died of dysentery.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I pooped it all out, and then this is where I spend all my days now.
All right, well, good looking out, Ghost. Like us on Twitter and Facebook, @ShipNameDrake.
That's right.
And what was the other thing?
Rate us. Give us 5 stars.
Yes, reviews. That's what we need.
And leave a nice little review.
Review!
How do you know if you have head lice?
Oh, dude, I'm kind of the expert. I get it like at least once a week.
So you never really got rid of it, is what you're saying.
I thought it's kind of like an STD. Like it just kind of comes and goes.
Okay, so I'm clearly not asking the right person. Isaac!
Sometimes
Well, guys,
if you leave them up there, they kind of form like little nests out of
Stop!
the
Isaac!
Guys, could you please keep it down? I'm kind of in the middle of something here. I'm trying to run this program.
Why?
What program? An exercise program? You've been looking pretty flabby.
Wow, okay, no.
Maybe do a sit-up.
Guys, no, it's a database for comic books. Digital Jerod, or Jerod.exe. You guys have heard of this.
Yeah. We used to have them in the libraries.
Exactly. Very important that it confirms everything I have to say about Far From Home.
It confirms it?
Yeah.
You're downloading software that confirms everything you have to say.
Well, no, I just think that it will because
I don't know.
I'm kind of a genius.
Go ahead and bring it up.
Computer, run Jerod.exe, please.
Computer flashed an OK sign, so I think it's
and with that amazing computer startup noise.
Yeah. I love that you flipped me off.
Every time we ask you a question, do we have to do it in the, like, a form of a question? Like, ask
Yes,
Jared?
I go by Jeopardy protocols.
The Jeopardy protocol. Jared,
Yes.
good to have you, man.
Thank you.
Question mark?
Isaac.
How do you know my name?
It's on your name tag.
Oh, shit. Okay. Good. So, we just watched Far From Home. I think everybody liked it.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great movie.
I liked it. It was fun.
Great movie.
Tom Holland's so likable.
He's so just charming.
I really enjoy watching him grow into a man and not a creepy way.
That was so creepy.
Sounds very creepy.
He's just like a little man now, and I'm so proud of him.
They did.
Muscles are growing.
Sounds even creepier the more you go.
They did one of these autocomplete interviews where it said one of the questions was, "Where does Tom Holland walk his dogs?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm not answering that." Was that you? That was you.
I mean, I'm just like, I think it's a legitimate question. Where is he walking his dogs? I mean,
I feel like you could ask him anything, and
times.
eventually he will reveal the secrets of himself.
Aha, I got it.
I mean, Daniel Radcliffe shows everybody where he walks his dogs. Why can't Tom Holland show everybody where he walks his dogs?
Yeah.
And Daniel Radcliffe does it live on stage in the nude.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, Tom Holland, whatever you want to do, man.
Well, Tom Holland was in
He's 18,
drag,
right?
wasn't he? Didn't he do this whole dance number in drag?
Oh, you mean like with the Zendaya, the dance thing? He did Umbrella.
Umbrella, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's
Yeah, but
really
he looked like a baby
really
still
talented.
then. He's a
He
man
still
now,
looks like a
Tanta.
baby.
Is he?
Who wins in a fight, Tom Holland or Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel
Radcliffe has magic. Oh, okay, never mind. That's not how I expected that to go.
Wait, if Daniel
wait.
Radcliffe gets magic,
With
then
their movie powers?
Tom Holland gets Spider-Man powers.
No one has any powers. I just think Daniel Radcliffe kicks
they
Tom
just-
Holland's ass.
I think that Daniel Radcliffe would win in a fair fight, but Tom Holland would surprise everybody and bring in, a ringer.
He'd bring in Sam Jackson or something.
Oh, nice.
Fair. Or Zendaya. And she's
Zendaya.
tall as fuck and would ruin Dan Radcliffe. Because he's like 5'5" and she's like 6'2". So she's just like, ah, and stomps on him.
It was great. During the movie, I felt like when they were hugging, like his head would be at her chest.
I was like,
Okay.
aw.
That's just cute.
I mean, that is pretty awkward high school moment, so
Yeah.
kind of works.
Can you imagine, boys, being attracted to a girl who's taller than you?
No, I can't.
Sounds gross.
Sickening.
Digital Jared. So
Activated.
we we missed the second post-credit scene. I had to look it up online. I heard that.
Yeah.
And this is where you guys learned that I really don't know that much about comic books. So apparently,
This is where.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's shocking.
I don't mean to like burst you guys' bubbles. You have such high opinions of me, but so apparently Sam Jackson was or Nick Fury was on a space station,
He was on a space cruise.
space cruise, for something that is hinted at being sword.
I mean, I know we're in the distant future, but do we want to spoil that?
Yes.
That's okay.
Okay, we're
the movie's
spoiling.
been out.
Oh
for
yeah,
5,000
spoilers are
years.
happening.
Spoil
A
a
lot
lot.
of spoilers.
If
Okay,
you
okay.
happen to be tuning in,
Go ahead and click
Yes.
that you accept my spoiler warning.
accept.
I don't know why I have to keep scrolling. This is like how many windows are there?
Why do I
This
have
is
to
the
enter my
future?
social security number?
It's a lot of progress in EULAs in the future, in the distant future,
I don't want to install Acrobat though. That's my issue.
which is the present for us,
right.
Gotcha.
but the distant future nonetheless.
That is how we describe. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly how we
Yeah.
describe it here in the future.
In the present,
The present.
it's
Present.
the future.
Well, I describe.
It's the future present. It's the year 3000.
So Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury. The whole movie was a scroll,
Cool.
and so was his partner Mary Hall. I don't think that was her name.
You mean really tired looking Robin Schabotsky?
Aunt Robin, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, she's running S.H.I.E.L.D., so
she looks
she's gotta
so
be...
tired.
well, she was
Exhausted.
busy. She's busy sniping shit for
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
Yeah, I get you. Dark circles. Who cares about makeup?
I mean,
She's combat ready.
who's she got to look pretty for?
The other scroll isn't that good at becoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They couldn't master
That was
the
just a tired one.
blending.
yeah, she's busy pretending to be a different dame.
Cool.
So what I want to ask was, does that have any resemblance to actual Spider-Man comics? That
I mean,
turn of events?
it does in that scrolls exist, and they do that. I don't believe it has anything. I think it's maybe a setup for the Skrull invasion.
Yeah.
On there, they kind of hinted at that throughout the movie, which, of course, I do know the plots of the next 26 Spider-Man movie,
Right, I appreciate
starring Tom Holland,
Thank God.
Wow.
who ages into a very, very old man.
that. Cancel. I want to hear this part.
Except
Oh.
for 23, where we
Well,
go
I mean,
back to.
You did deactivate my spoiler warning.
That is true. I guess
So,
this is on me.
I
So,
will
spoiler alert, he dies
Oh God, no.
of old age. Yeah. So, yeah, he was a scroll the whole time, and then you find out, the guy from Captain Marvel, which I'm sure all of you fucking nerds saw, right?
Yeah, I loved it.
I don't watch movies with female leads.
I
Yeah,
wept.
it's
I
just not
wept like a
believable.
baby.
Like a strong female
No,
lead.
did
That's not
you
believable.
cry because of how bad it was?
Are we about to fight right now?
Well, I mean,
Don't-
they said that they didn't like it.
Don't make her go into that
I'm-
computer.
I'm just a harmless computer program. I can only go by the data presented.
Sounds pretty like malicious software. I'm upset. I have been triggered. We'll continue and we'll reassess.
Don't worry about it. Just can you click the button that allows me access to your reg file?
You can. Can you go ahead and suck my dick?
So I loved that.
Yeah, if you give me access to the registry keys, I can engage that protocol.
No, the dick sucking robots on this ship are dangerous. Do
They're-
not.
yeah.
Don't do it.
Some people call them vacuums. I think those are just traps. Those are traps for us.
Those are traps.
Yeah.
That's what you call vacuum robots?
Right. The automated robots.
Yeah, the Roombas.
Yeah.
In the
Oh.
distant future, there's still Roombas.
Oh, the Roomba.
They're Roombas, but they look like the little black robots from.
The Mouse Droid from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Mouse Droid.
exactly right.
Buzz around.
So, J.K. Simmons. Best part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Hounds down.
No, not the best.
Best part.
Not the
Definitely the best part.
best part of the movie is the reveal
Of.
of
His
Mysterio.
penis.
Oh, Mysterio. Yeah.
Mysterio's-
The initial
the in-
Mysterio, or that he's a bad guy?
that he's been a bad guy the
Oh.
entire time.
Which you never saw coming, right? I mean,
I
as
mean-
a Spider-Man and comic book database who has
No,
all
I
of
mean, I knew he was going to be bad the whole time, but you don't know when's it going to flip.
Yeah.
And when it does flip,
And
it's perfect.
It was cool.
And if I can be somebody who knew nothing about Mysterio going into watching this movie, like, I knew he had to be the bad guy because who's the bad guy in this? But, like, casting Jake Gyllenhaal as the bad guy, I feel like was a really good choice. Because he's just so fucking earnest. You're just like, aw.
Yeah, he does seem like a Boy Scout.
He's a nice guy. Look at his eyes. They're twinkling at me. He can't be bad. Like, I was like, wait, am I wrong about Mysterio? Did I get this wrong? They almost tricked me because I think that he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Not a good actor. I mean,
He's just such a likable guy.
Not a good actor. He just is this guy.
I think he did a great acting
He
job.
did a great job. I really, really liked
He
him.
was great.
Yeah.
He was almost as good as Prince of Persia.
Oh,
Almost.
snubbed at the Oscars.
Almost?
I say it every year.
Almost as good.
I feel like you're being a hater.
No, but I really did like his acting in this. I think they did a great job. I think if I didn't know about Mysterio as a Spider-Man villain, when they named him Mysterio, I would have been clued in a little bit. That doesn't sound like a superhero, but
Yeah.
But no, I thought they did a great job with it. And the reveal was great. And I really loved the fight. I thought it was a really
The fights were
good
so
Spider-Man
cool.
Mysterio-like fight where...
Yeah, for sure.
And it was
Definitely-
super trippy.
Makes me wonder if any of the Marvel characters, the Marvel superheroes, the Avengers, fought anybody ever. Or it was all in Stark's head. It was always droids. Or whatever, drones. Sorry, that's the future.
That's the thing. Digital Jerod. I
Yes.
have a question.
That
A
you may
query.
ask.
A query.
Ooh.
Or
Make
it's
sure-
more of a statement that confuses me, and then you can figure out what to do.
The word is more of a slur in the distant future,
Yeah.
but you can ask a question.
And you're
yes.
messing up your Boolean terms. If you're gonna submit it, the query, subtract the ands.
Oh
and the
yeah,
verse
and
and
the-
I gotta throw in some more
Yeah, you gotta put some
semicolons.
brackets,
Bracket.
quotation marks.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I thought Mysterio's powers were like psychic and
No.
not droids.
That is a common misconception.
Oh.
Mysterio is all illusion. It's all fluff, no substance. Now in the comics, he basically, like, all his stuff was just basically movie prop stuff, technology. So it was
Okay.
like animatronics, it was holograms, it was practical effects,
Okay.
things like that. And a lot of times, especially in the comics, like, it got pretty easily confused for like actual magic or illusion magic. People were like, why doesn't he just use regular magic to fight
Yeah.
Spider-Man?
Okay.
But he doesn't. He has no powers. He just has that snazzy looking suit.
Okay. So that was
Stuff. And,
okay.
yeah. And so the movie actually, I thought, did a really good job of modernizing his powers by using actual like laser holograms,
Yeah.
fields, like point of view stuff that's more acceptable or like easily, I don't know,
Understandable.
consumed by
Yeah.
a modern audience.
But at some point, I felt like it felt a little Scarecrow-esque from the movies with Dark Knight. When Spider-Man gets so wrapped up in these illusions, these things that he's seeing, that he's like falling all over the place. And I get that his Peter Tingle's fucked up, but like that still doesn't mean he's not aware of his space, like the space around him. Because like I know that he's given him all these illusions with the drones. They're doing the holograms and messing with his life, but he's just like completely like involved in it. It felt like almost drug-like.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was like a bad trip or something.
Yeah.
They had a whole idea of that. But that is kind of what it looks like in the animated series and the comics when he's fighting Mysterio.
Does
Stuff
it?
like that
Okay.
happens.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, it's made to do that, but it's like it does that because it's they're trying to go for the fear route of making Spider-Man afraid, but at the same time, it's covering up the stuff that's there with stuff that looks real. So it looks like if you've ever like walked down the stairs and thought there was an extra step and there wasn't, and then you put your foot down, you just get that sensation of like, oh fuck, I'm dying,
Yeah.
and that's what they're kind of going for there. So it didn't really come off too cheesy to me. I thought I bought into it.
If I had a nickel for every time. What was I going to say? Oh, so I missed something. I missed earlier when they revealed that his Spidey sense wasn't working. So when he was fighting Mysterio, I was like, I know he's like a novice and he hasn't fought Mysterio before, but wouldn't you just keep your eyes closed and not like worry about the way the spider works, like regardless of whether or not his fighting style?
It seems like they've been setting up with the first one because and I don't know, this is something I don't really enjoy about the movies, but it seems like with this one they're kind of setting it up to be a thing. So I'm kind of feeling it out, which is that they don't announce when his spider sense activates at all in any of the new Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. But it seems like they're trying to say that he's still not fully come into his own with his powers. So, like what they're saying with the Peter Tinkle is that he can't. It's not working right. It's not. He can't do it at like will. He's not really feeling it anymore. And then that's why the big thing at the thing is that he closes his eyes and then he starts you start seeing some real Spider-Man moves there when it's working, but they still don't give you any indication that his spider sense is really
using it.
He's using it.
We
at
just
any
see
point.
through his eyes, and now he's able to see the drones, right?
You're right. It seems like the creators are trying to go like, well, you guys know, you understand. We don't need to explain this again.
Yeah, which I don't enjoy.
I don't think so either.
I want like a weird special effect, like the little wavy lines, or I want
Something.
I want a
Yeah.
noise. I want like a little like something, you know.
I agree with you because I think it's so. I mean, it's probably his strongest power is the spider sense. So it's kind of like if you don't have that, then you don't understand why he should be in the Avengers.
Yeah, why
like he's just a guy who can climb on walls and is stronger.
He's
I mean,
very strong and he's a little sticky.
Very sticky.
Like you said,
I can fight and I'm very sticky.
yeah.
very strong, right?
That's it. Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
strong and I'm sticky.
We've talked about this before. I've not read a lot of comics, but I did read a lot of Civil War, and so I was kind of at first I was resistant to the new Spider-Man. Not that like Tobey Maguire until Garfield came around. I was like, we could do better. And, but anyways, my point to say is, by Civil War, I was expecting a more established Spider-Man, and so us getting a new baby Spider-Man, I was like, man, this is lame. I'm not about it. But he won me over, and I really enjoy him. But now that we're done with the Avenger movies, and we're dealing with Spider-Man, and we're going forward with other characters, I'm like, we would have done. I still think like they should have done an older Spider-Man.
It kind of sounds like you enjoy him too much, from based on what we started the conversation. Okay.
Listen, I'm an old lady, so I can say things like I'm impressed with him. But like, I don't know, I'm just disappointed he's not older.
Yeah, from what I read though, that
At least over 18 is what I was hoping.
Yeah, well, they're doing they're gonna do like a Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe-esque thing with this new Spider-Man. Is that each movie is gonna be him in a different grade of high school. So there's at least gonna be 4 movies before the rest of the 26 of him as an old man.
I thought this
Where
was
he
his
dies.
senior year.
No, this was his sophomore year.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's right. Who goes to a European vacation when they're sophomores? How did Aunt May pay for that? What kind of scholarship is he on? I've got questions.
The school paid for it.
Oh, because they got blipped, which
Yeah.
is the lamest way to call that.
This is blip. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that
The
part.
blip.
I love that part. It's clearly a nod to the fans who were wondering like how are they gonna because everybody calls it the snap
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
And then, in the thing, they're like, well, how are the people in the movie going to call it? They can't just also call it the snap.
Yeah.
So they called it the blip. It's just a nod to be like, get it?
Yeah.
You know,
Wink, wink.
that's not what you call it. Uh-huh.
Digital Jerod, did you do the Did Thanos Kill.me?
What?
There's a website you can go to. I don't know what it's based on, but it basically flips a coin and tells you whether or not you would have been gone when Thanos snapped. And it's didthanoskill.me. You just go there on any device and it'll tell you.
Buffering.
I always
Yes,
get killed.
I did do that, and I survived.
Nice.
Wait, did I?
We were
Buffering. I did.
I did too.
Me too.
No, I died. It's over. I'm not. I'm not for it.
Well, you're back now.
You got snapped.
Yeah.
Back now.
Listen, now
Blipped.
y'all
You
are
got
old,
blipped.
and I'm 5 years younger.
Right,
You
right.
got blipped.
Now I look like that
Correct.
Asian guy.
Yeah.
And can we talk about that real quick? I loved that the movie started with a Whitney Houston song.
Yes.
That was great. The humor in this one was, as
It
always,
was good.
so
It
on
was so
point.
funny.
It was like Thor-esque in the humor, right?
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah.
like, you're getting it, and I was crying because Whitney Houston always makes me cry, and it was great. I really liked that. That's my only comment.
No, it was great. I loved the way that they went into it like it was the morning announcements out of high school. And
Yeah.
I thought they nailed it. And they were just super awkward. And it was
Yeah, the whole
great.
movie was phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
it was
It was
almost as good as Into the Spider-Verse, I would say.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh,
I agree.
Yeah.
Not better, not as good, unfortunately, but
Close.
close.
it's good.
Very close.
I really like this one.
Yeah.
But Spider-Verse is just so good.
Spider-Verse is just the best Spider-Man.
I was rewatching it again last night.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So
And I've been
good.
going
Yeah.
to town.
What do you guys think the next Spider-Man movie is going to be called? If you had to guess. I know they put home in every one. So I'm thinking Spider-Man Homeward Bound.
Ooh.
Oh, I
gonna be
hope
about-
there's
it's gonna be
dogs.
pets.
in
It's gonna
that.
be a lot of
him.
dogs in
Yeah.
this one.
Spider-Man Wet Dream.
Is he
No?
in college? I think he's going to be in college.
It's gonna have home.
No,
in it.
he'll be a
Home.
junior. What?
It's gonna have home in it.
Home in it. Oh,
Yeah, Spider-Man
Homecoming.
Home Alone.
And then Far From
Homecoming.
Oh, Home
But
Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone.
Home Alone.
So Spider-Man in this one is Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Aunt May.
Ah, sorry.
Aunt May goes on her own European vacation with Happy.
No,
Yeah,
because she's
It's
done
just
with
a
Happy.
sex
Summer fling.
cruise.
I did like that whole thing. Are you two dating? No. Yes. Well, yeah. I like Happy. I'm glad they're like giving him more, like in the stories. Like they're making him more of a character. And I
Are
lo-
they, or is he like paying to be in it more?
But he was the director
No,
of
yeah.
Iron Man
That's
1
what
and
I
2.
mean.
yeah.
Like he's just like writing his own roles.
Yeah. Well, either way,
They didn't expect him. He just showed up on set. He
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
"You know who the fuck I am?"
he's the lead producer
I'm the
on
chef.
all the Marvel Cine. He created
Yeah.
the Marvel Cine.
So he gets to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like, oh, we really like that he's doing this. No, he's doing this.
He's the new
Yeah.
Stan Lee now that he's dead.
Oh.
Too soon.
Happy
Oh.
is-
Too soon.
is the new-
Too soon.
He's going to be in all the.
Isaac, it's
Still-
been over
it's-
8,000 years.
Yeah, it's still too soon in the distant future.
Still too soon. Digital Jared, you don't have a real sense of time. Everything is static to you.
That's true.
Well, either way, I like the character of Happy. I don't care how he got into the films, but I'm a fan of this character.
I always loved him. I even liked the kind of badly done fight scene that with him and Black Widow. In,
Yeah.
was that Iron Man 2 or 3? I can't remember. 2, right?
2,
Yeah, 2.
sure.
I thought I even liked that because I just liked the character so much.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool.
I really like what they've done with MJ.
Wait, who wins in a fight?
Oh.
Happy Hogan or?
MJ?
Or MJ.
Well, Zendaya's really big. She's really tall. So,
Doesn't seem that tall.
also, have you seen her dance in the replay?
No,
She gets it. She's a good
You
dancer.
should watch that video. It's good.
she's good at the dancing.
Yeah.
She's good, man.
How old is she?
Better
in real
than me.
life?
Huh?
Now?
Oh, like
I don't
20?
wanna-
I mean, then
Oh, okay. Well, at that time of that movie, it would have been. Well, Link's looking it up.
The computer won't do it. He's too damn lazy.
It's just Minesweeper up on the screen now.
yeah.
Is-
Computer. How old is Zendaya?
She's 5'10", which is pretty tall, by the way.
Totally.
Very tall for a girl.
And she's 20. She was 22 when the Spider-Man movie came out.
I'm feeling like I'm 22.
All right, hot. That's hot.
Is that because of the Taylor Swift lipstick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys noticed? Do you like it?
I love it, man.
Anyways, I really like what they did with the new MJ. I like her. I like that she's like kind of into some dark shit, but like for a teenager. And I don't know. I
Yeah.
like her. I liked her better than she's more dimensional than Kirsten Dunst was.
Now you take that back. Malik, you take that back.
I'm not
She's a
taking
gem.
it back. I'm not taking it back.
I thought it was Kirtley Dunst.
Whatever.
Isn't it Kirtley?
It's one of those
No,
names.
it's Kirsten.
Okay. Good thing that I have this database here.
Yeah. I'm
I
always
mean,
happy to chime in.
they've got the iconic Spider-Man kiss, right? But like as a character, I think they're developing her more, and I like that.
Yeah, I think she's a better character. I don't know if it's because of Zendaya. I do like Zendaya, but
Well,
I just don't
yeah,
know.
she's just written better.
I mean, it seems like she's doing all the work.
Yeah,
You know, acting,
she's acting.
Oh, come on.
giving you the sense of character development that you enjoy.
She's just reading lines on paper. She's the
Yeah.
one making them come to life.
Right. They probably didn't write her a script at all. So
I like her. I like her.
I like.
I
thought
didn't
she
say don't like her. I was just saying I don't know.
It sounds like you don't like her,
It's-
and that you
yeah.
don't think she's that tall, and
It
that you
sounds-
don't.
Yeah, it sounds like if they just recast her of Kirsten Dunst, you'd be equally as happy.
40-year-old.
I think happier actually, happier.
You did say that as we were watching. You were like, "She's okay, but Kirsten Dunst would have killed it."
It should have been computer generated Gwen Stacy from Spider Verse. She's the love interest in all of them.
Cell shaded and all.
I do
So-
like her though. She's good too.
So, Digital Jared, I have another question for you.
Okay.
Rank these Spider-Men. Let's rank these.
The Spider-Man.
So,
You're pointing at the other two people on the ship.
I don't know where to point for you. Do I just point at the screen?
It makes it sound like you're asking me to rank those two Spider-Men.
Okay, let me
We're
type it out
very
then. I don't
bad
know what else.
Spider-Man. And
So-
she's a Spider Woman, so
Nathan and Malik.
yeah.
Those are the,
Was it Nathan?
Yes.
Tobey
Wait,
Maguire.
Are they Spider-Man?
Your hourglass thing is spinning. Are you having a problem? Are you malfunctioning?
I'm having a big problem.
You're
right now.
malfunctioning right now.
All right, what Spider-Man?
Control Alt Delete first. Hold on.
Tell me the Spider-Man you want me to rank.
Tobey Maguire,
Okay.
First,
Andrew Garfield,
Okay.
0.
whoever plays Miles. Forget his name.
What in the Enter the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, let's put Peter B. Parker in there too.
Okay.
From the same movie. Yeah. This one, Tom Holland, and Spider-Man from the PlayStation 4 game, Insomniac.
Ooh,
Did you play it?
The Spider
the
PlayStation
Spider-Man.
4.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4 one that came out
Okay,
around the same time.
so 6. You want me to rank 6?
Yeah.
So odd number of ranking, but okay.
Yeah, it's same number of spider legs. You know, that's what I did it.
Yeah.
No,
Same number of legs.
Spiders have 8 legs.
Because they're insects. They have 6.
No, they're arachnoids.
with 6 legs.
No, 8 legs.
Yes, 8. Is
These are
like,
Exactly.
six-
Nailed
six
it.
Spider-Man.
Nailed it. So
Six-
six, just like spider legs. What do you think?
I think you're woefully uneducated about arachnids and insects, but okay.
I think you're counting their mandibles as legs. I think that's what we're
Nope.
getting mixed up.
Nope.
They have 2 mandibles.
They do, but we're talking legs. They have 8 legs.
Right, just like the 6 Spider-Man I just mentioned. So what do you think?
Buffering.
It's overheating.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to rate from in terms of, like, what's the criteria of Spider-Man? Like, just best as Spider-Man?
I would say so, but I would say also just if you wanted to tell people who your favorites were. But
Okay.
I would think it was who's the best Spider-Man, like from the comics or from your own interpretation of the character.
Yeah.
Oh, so not just movies. You're talking about best.
Who do you like the best? That's how I want to phrase that.
Okay. So, in terms of Spider-Man, Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse is probably the closest to the comic book Spider-Man.
So good.
He's probably the best Spider-Man as far as encompassing what is Spider-Man. Next would be we'll go with the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Very good. It was a fantastic game. I love
So
that game.
much
It's such a
fun.
So good.
It was good. Then we'll go with Tom Holland.
Oh,
Sorry.
Tom Holland is probably the third best Spider-Man that's out there. Fourth best, I'm gonna go with Andrew Garfield. Yeah,
Ooh.
good Spider-Man. He's a good Spider-Man.
but he's a terrible Peter
He
Parker.
is a shitty Peter Parker, but the question wasn't
so cute.
rank
Okay.
my favorite Peter Parker.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I agree with you.
Fair point.
Shit, Peter Parker.
He skateboards.
Next will be
he's troubled though, so he's Peter Parker.
next will be Tobey Maguire. Even though he was a shit Spider-Man,
Mhm.
fantastic Peter Parker.
He's a
Yeah.
really good Peter Parker.
And then finally, number 6 will be Miles Morales because he is not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He is Black Spider-Man.
Duh.
You mean because of the suit, or
Yes,
what do you, oh, okay,
specifically because of the suit.
got it.
Because he's not Spider-Man. He's got to be. He's not. He's got to be something else. He can be Crimson Spider.
Really,
Ben,
I
we
think
can-
we
Could he
should
be
give
Hispanic Spider? Because you're choosing
Yeah,
Black
we
Spider-Man.
we could call him Flambe Spider.
we could give him
El
his
Fuego.
own separate title that
Spider,
would be
Spider Un Fuego.
equal to the regular Spider-Man.
Hombre Spider.
Can I tell you how hard
It
I
would be a
laughed at
separate
Night
name.
Monkey?
It would be a completely separate,
Separate
name.
distinction, but it would be equal to
It'd
others.
be equal.
Yeah.
It'd be equal pretty
Call
much in
him,
any other way.
Tarantula.
Yeah. Tarantula Man.
Black Mamba.
I mean, like Scarlet Spider is a name that is easily used. I mean, there's Ben Riley, but fucking who gives a shit about a clone?
Right.
You know, get rid of him.
Right.
Give him Crimson Spider or Scarlet Spider to Miles Morales. Or there's Tarantula. That was a one-off shit Spider-Man villain who had like toe spikes. That was his whole power.
Ooh.
Yeah. He
Just
used
long toenails? Is
Yeah,
that what that is?
Wait, how did Spider-Man beat it?
that. No, he had one spike that came out of like the middle of his foot.
Unbeatable.
That he used to climb walls with.
Yeah.
And then
Ooh.
rob people.
That's overpowered.
Yeah, you can't.
First off,
That's why he was a one-off.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
I mean, that's why Spider-Man is a hero. He's able to overcome the odds.
unbelievable.
He defeated him, and then he never showed up again. So that name is free and clear for Miles Morales to take.
Doppelganger.
We could call him Doppelganger, sure.
So,
We could call him Fake Spider-Man.
hey, I don't like that one. I don't like that
We
one.
could go with that. We could call him Not Real Spider-Man, just big hyphen, real big hyphen name.
Yeah.
Because there's already a hyphen in Spider-Man.
Right.
So it could be
The trademark hyphen.
dash real dash Spider dash man.
Yeah.
Doesn't Spider-Verse talk about Spider-Man 2099?
Yes,
Don't we get
that's
that
in
back?
that's in the Secret Sting, which I actually missed in the theater, but I had to go watch online.
Yeah, post credits. That's right.
And where does Spider-Man 2099 rate in your...
I like him better than Miles Morales as a comic book character. Yeah, I like Spider-Man 2099. He's pretty cool.
But not... Because he doesn't have his own movie yet, so...
He doesn't have his own movie yet, but he does show up in the Spider-Man cartoon.
He's also clearly
in the
going to.
90s.
He's clearly going to be in the next Spider-Verse based.
Seems like it.
I
Well, there's no way.
can't wait.
Yeah.
That was so good.
It was very, very good.
Yeah, it was a great movie, and I say this as a person who doesn't like Miles Morales in the comic books at all. It made me really like if they'd given me that Miles Morales in the comics, I would be a fan.
Yeah. Well, they did a really good job when we were talking about Spider-Man on the PS4. You get a little bit of Miles Morales in that.
Yeah, but the kid's really ugly in the game.
He's terrible.
Why does he look like that?
But I just like them touching on it.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
The
oh,
reveal at the end of that game is pretty cool. I thought playing as him was boring as hell.
yeah.
It was kind of like, why am I sneaking around as this child?
And MJ.
The same thing with
MJ.
MJ.
Yeah,
MJ,
they're
why
all
am
boring.
I sneaking around as this redheaded bimbo reporter?
Yikes!
Why am I not Zendaya right now? Am I endearing myself to you?
He's trying to get back. He's trying to claw my back.
Yeah.
If only I was Gwen Stacy.
Why am I sneaking around while Spider-Man crawls around on the ceiling and gets guys for me? Like, why is that part? Let me just be Spider-Man.
Because they were afraid you would get bored of being Spider-Man.
No.
Impossible.
Yeah, which is really weird because they put so much effort into making sure I wasn't bored of being Spider-Man.
They keep adding more content
Yes.
as you go along.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the old Batman games where they would always switch to a vehicle stage that's clearly inferior and was a side thought, but they made you play it between the other stages. I hated that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, drive the Batmobile. It's terrible and difficult.
Here, chase these guys down in this car that's bad to drive.
Yeah.
You have to hold R2 and triangle to make it go forward. And
But to be fair, that's what it's like in the Spider-Man game, trying to chase the bad guys down while you're swinging through the city. Like, it's so hard.
Oh yeah, I don't like chasing the cars down. I
Yeah.
usually just let them go. Yeah.
But that's so fun, though, when you yank them out of the
That is fun. It's just annoying getting to
get
the
'em?
car.
Sure.
And they're shooting a rocket at me that I suddenly have to dodge, which lets them get 20 blocks ahead of me.
It's so hard. I'm bad at video games. It was probably harder for me than the most average person. But
and then like in the Arkham games, they're like, hey, remember how annoying it was to shoot your batarangs and hit all these stupid Riddler lights for that Doug Riddler trophy? Well, what if you raced a car before you did that first, and then have to do it 28 times because it's a timed race?
yeah.
which Batman game were we playing that I was... I'm bad at all games. Which game were we playing that I was like... Just like throwing shit. I was like, smoke bomb, smoke bomb.
Arkham City.
Arkham City. God, so hard.
Yeah, because he would just keep jumping, like, because if you're in stealth mode and then you grapple up and then keep going across the rafters, you'll lose people below you. So she would just be doing that, like she wouldn't. Like, oh no, they caught me again, and she was like, it was like that for like 45 minutes.
It's kind of immersion breaking.
Were you? No, that's exactly what Batman does in the comics.
Yeah.
Oh no, they caught me.
40 times? He does that 40 times in a row.
I guess he's gone.
Yeah.
Climbs around
he
the
left.
rafter.
Thank God he left.
That
It's like,
wild.
oh, he's back. Oh, he left again. This time for good, I'm sure.
Stealth in games.
He's done this.
drop
He's
my
gonna
gun.
be back, George. He's done this 28 times now. Like,
You
nice.
keep seeing him and saying, "What, Batman?"
Yeah, he's gone for good.
Jared,
Your fists
Keeps
up.
You keep asking who's there. It's Batman.
Yeah, it's Batman. You know it is. You've seen him.
Yeah. He beat up Frank.
You watched him do it.
You
watched. He's right.
no,
Look
I
up.
think guys, I
Look
think he's
up.
gone. He's gone. I don't see him at
He
this
threw-
plane.
He threw a bat-shaped knife into Frank's back.
Yeah, but I don't see him right now, so he's probably not here
Who's going
anymore.
to
He's
talk
gone.
to Frank's wife?
Then he
we
said
gotta make a
Frank
call.
is unconscious and left, and he's bleeding to death.
Who's Frank?
Oh, he can't see.
I
him,
don't
so he doesn't-
see anybody named Frank, therefore he never existed.
No, it's that dead body over there.
Now I'm gonna face this wall
Dead body?
like
Who's
I was
there?
told to.
What's going on?
I'm gonna just keep retracing the same path, stopping periodically away from the doors.
Yeah, let me check this barrel again.
I sure hope we don't see the bat tonight. So, Jared,
Yes.
Digital Jerod,
Yes. .exe.
were you at all bothered? This is kind of a side thing, and you probably weren't because I'm kind of an asshole. But were you at all bothered by Kingpin, like his incarnations so far?
Just talking about
I liked him
Batman
in-
now.
I liked him in Spider-Verse, and I liked him in Daredevil, the Netflix show. But in the game, Insomniac game, I'm like, I know it's a video game, but like, if Spider-Man got close to Kingpin and punched him in the jaw, he's not gonna just get back up and keep fighting you like a bruiser. Spider-Man's way stronger than Kingpin. That was a weird inclusion to me. If you fight Rhino like that, sure, but
But
you're
that's
just like,
how
yeah,
he was
video
in
game.
Spider-Verse, so he was really strong in that.
That's true. But somehow when it was animated, I was like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it goes off comic book logic. You know, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense that Kingpin looks like he's like a 800-pound fat dude, but he's actually 800 pounds of just solid muscle
Yeah.
somehow. He's 100% muscle fiber.
Yeah.
And somehow is not dead because his heart is not consumed.
Well, he has 4 hearts. He must. There's no
Yeah,
other
he
way.
has, he has to. It's like he's got that like weird hot dog thing on the back of his neck, but that's also somehow muscle.
Pulses.
Yeah. He can flex literally every part of his ear can lift 10 pounds on its own. Right? That's how much muscle he is.
Well, so he can hear better.
Yeah.
Muscles.
Flexes his ears to hear.
Yeah, so like in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, he could fight Spider-Man. Like he could Like that's the thing about Spider-Man though, is that he is super strong, but he's not like super tough. So he can get like just beat up by like a relatively strong dude. Like an average citizen isn't gonna be able to punch Spider-Man out, but like a dude with a bat can like crack Spider-Man in the head if somehow he gets past the spider sense to avoid that, and he'll get knocked out. So Kingpin could fight Spider-Man, but yeah, even though Spider-Man is strong enough to like lift a car easily over his head, he also doesn't really know how to fight all that well. So he the whole thing of Spider-Man is that he invented his own fighting style,
right?
You know, which is a basic of like wrestling, like WWE wrestling moves, gymnastics, and like martial arts he watched on TV for free.
Yeah, but it's got a cool name, Way of the Spider. So like in Marvel vs. Capcom, that is legit. Because I beat up Wolverine with it all the time, and Wolverine is listed as one of the masters of fighting. So how do you?
But you webbed him up, right?
Well, I mean, you gotta web him up.
Yeah, so
you gotta web him up.
I think it's 90% of his fighting style relies on webbing the guy up.
I think Kingpin's a lot like Wolverine, now that you mention him, in that he just gets stronger with time. Like, Wolverine has just got, like, almost invincible at this point. I mean, like, listen, he always had the healing powers, but, having, like, a smell and being a short little guy has evolved into, like Phoenix is, like, ripping your skin off and you're just coming back. So I think Kingpin's evolution's similar.
I think you're right.
He's got the Superman sliding power scale.
Yeah.
Michael Clark Duncan versus... What was his name from the Daredevil the show? I can't remember the actor's name.
The dude from...
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, well, we saw that Ben Affleck won, so...
Yeah. As he always does.
You mean the guy who played Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix show?
Right.
Who was also the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What is his name, though?
He has a name.
Are you sure?
He does.
Okay.
My databases confirm it.
Okay, well, if you say so, I'll believe you. But Nathan, what was your favorite part of Far From Home?
The fights. They were cool.
No, I agree with you.
I don't care.
Malik was like, I could have done with less fighting. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was upset all that plot got in the way of the fighting.
Yes.
Like, really, I could have just done, like, the intro is, hey, this is Spider-Man, this is Mysterio, and then they just fought for 2 hours. I would have been so happy with
come
that.
on.
Yeah, I'll kind of agree with that, actually. Like, I when I left the theater, I was like, I could have done with less of good guy Mysterio.
Yeah.
Like, shorten that up, get right to the reveal, and then go into their enemies now.
Yeah. I mean, that fight at the carnival was super dope. I mean, I appreciate that they did the whole good guy route, but I just wanted more trippy Spider-Man Mysterio fights just forever.
I agree with you. I really loved the choreography and the fighting and everything that was going on with that.
So can we discuss what you guys thought of J.K. Simmons' reveal of who Spider-Man is?
I thought it was...
Spoiler alert, it was Peter Parker.
Wait,
what? Wait a minute.
You deactivated my spoiler alert.
God damn it. Click the box.
You did click the box.
I gotta re-click that. So, Malik... So the post credits where J.K. Simmons comes on for the DailyBugle.net and reveals.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So where do you think they're going with the Spider-Man story now that they've kind of opened up?
Well, that's really interesting
his
because
identity.
The original reveal was Civil War, right?
Yeah.
The original comic reveal of Spider-Man saying "I'm Peter Parker" was on his terms, and it was during Civil War. I wonder if they're going to try to do something with that, the tension of that, or what that means for Peter Parker's character. I guess that's where they have to go with it, right?
I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I have no idea what they're going to do with this. Like, I can't think of any way that I particularly like. Like, I feel like the only way they could do it by going with the comics is they can either have Spider-Man be like, nuh-uh, and just keep pretending like he's not. It's like, I was in Europe. How could I be Spider-Man? Like, I was with my class, and like have his, Zendaya and his other buddy be like, yeah, he's not Spider-Man.
His other buddy, who's clearly like 35.
Yeah, that was the Night Monkey. Oh, Ned, by the way, the actor who plays him, I'm sorry, but the biggest reveal for me was Nathan and I were just watching that video I told you about, and in it, in real life, the actor, Jacob Batalon, I think is his name, Batalon or something like that, he's bald.
Like, completely
bald.
Cue ball bald.
Wow.
Bald. Shiny head.
Honestly,
and you usually call out wigs. You were very good at calling out wigs.
I am very good at that. I didn't know. I was focused on how old his face looked. I was like, this guy didn't blip, and he's told everybody, oh yeah, I blipped with you. We're all a part of the same graduating class, waiting for you, Spider-Man.
Ned's the bad guy in the third movie.
Yes.
We're just learning
There
this.
it is.
He's been hiding it.
He's the Marvel Cinematic Universe Kingpin.
Yes, that's right.
There it is.
No,
He's
but-
the one pulling Thanos' string.
Or I could see the next Spider-Man movie being like all about him, like kind of like embracing being popular, and then halfway through learning that fame's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, I figured he would do like an Iron Man kind of thing and be like, "Oh, I'm a fucking rock star," and then it's terrible.
Yeah, it's definitely
Right,
going to
that's-
go to his head.
yeah.
It's
That's
gonna
I think that's what's going to happen, and then
Oh,
they
that's
do
hilarious.
the Civil War plot where he goes to Doctor Strange, which I'm assuming there'll be a Doctor Strange movie in between Spider-Man movie where he shows up at the end and,
And
it's just
does what?
You
I
gotta
don't-
help me. Yeah, and then Doctor Strange makes a deal. Helps him make a deal with Dormammu or something like that to clear his name for plot reasons.
Makes sense.
Mm.
Copyright, Marvel, pay us.
Done.
I hope when he's popular, he gets an emo swoosh and does a little weird dance down the
Me
street.
Oh, let's never talk.
too.
I want to see Tom Holland.
I need to re-rank my Spider-Mans. Because Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man.
With
Stop.
Topher Grace back as Venom. Even though we have Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy was okay.
The two emo whiny douches that you wanted fighting.
But they didn't include Venom in the Marvel Universe, right? They did that completely separate. Sony still has that, or
Yeah,
what's the
Sony-
deal?
Sony owns
Yeah.
that.
So they
Sony
were just
still
gonna separate it. He's never gonna come up.
I want to believe that there's
Yeah, they
one
need it.
board member who's like losing his mind along with the fans. There's like, come on, guys, we got to make this happen. We got to put these people together.
I hope no one listens to him. Venom, controversial opinion.exe or whatever, but fucking hate Venom.
Not a
The movie?
The movie or the
No, the movie was
character?
cool. The character.
Oh.
He is
Oh.
lame. He's a lame comic book character.
Oh, how do you feel about
Wow.
Carnage?
Lame.
All of it's
Really?
lame. You don't like
Yeah.
the symbiotes.
No, I like the symbiotes. Here's the thing: is that Venom was a cool character for his reveal like his intro comic, like his
Yeah.
origin story, where he gets he gets the suit, like Spider-Man loses, like fights the symbiote off, throws it off. It finds the one dude in New York who hates Peter Parker as much as the suit does, gets onto him, and then just fucking stalks him, like the whole thing, and then like Spider-Man fights him off, and then after that, his whole thing is like, because his whole thing was like he gets around his spider sense, but then after that, Spider-Man knows what's going on, so that power is no longer useful.
Yeah.
It takes all the fear out. Like, he never had a cool storyline after that, except that's why they made him an anti-hero, and then eventually
Yeah.
a hero, and now there's like 26 more symbiotes. That's why they had to keep making new characters
Yeah.
because he's not a cool character after that one story. That one storyline, amazing. It's a great storyline. Same thing with Carnage. Maximum Carnage,
Yeah.
amazing. Great storyline. Never been as cool since.
Well, I can say I would agree that Carnage, after you get over the initial like, whoa, he's a crazy guy, and this is the thing, this is interesting. But Venom, I've read some comics where he's the hero of the comic. That's
Oh, yeah,
quotation
yeah.
marks for people, and I'm kind of into these.
I had
Like the one where he's like an ex-military guy or whatever.
Yeah, I have a series of comics with Venom where he's doing his own thing. Him and Spider-Man have kind of made like a truce.
They
of like,
sometimes team up when needed.
yeah, where it's just like, I'm gonna go stay to this part of the city, and vigilante it, you stay out of this part of the city, will be cool.
Yeah.
And I read those and I was like, this is pretty cool. I like him on his own, but he's not cool as a Spider-Man
Yeah.
character. Have him go off and do his own thing. He'll be super cool over
Okay.
there. Over in Venom Land, he can be as cool as he wants to be. But as soon as he starts
Yeah.
showing up with Spider-Man and they got to fight, it's just like, you're lame, dude.
Yeah,
Like-
no. Yeah, they're only good when they're like sort of calling a truce to team up to do something
Yeah.
after the initial
Yeah, and then
introduction.
Carnage is only cool if they like let him out of prison every 10 years to kill a bunch of people. But then he's just like Punisher level cool, where it's just like
Yeah.
he shows up and a bunch of people die, and that's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
then like, all right, put him back in prison. We can't have him here every.
Why isn't anybody giving him the death penalty? Like, we give death penalty to people who smoke too much weed, but not fucking Carnage.
He's got it.
I don't think that's true.
Propaganda, it's
I
true.
don't think we're killing people who smoke weed.
So I think
I mean, we're definitely wrongly imprisoning them, but I
In
don't
the
think
year
they're dying.
3019, we're killing people.
Oh, in
for
3019.
smoking too much weed.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd have to download the drug laws.
so. I think Woody Harrelson's cool no matter who he plays.
Oh,
Correct.
no, he's a creep. I don't
Horrible.
like him.
Is that a segue, Isaac,
Yeah,
or are you
this
just
It's a segue.
that's
into-
just a statement?
Oh, I thought was that.
Sorry.
I thought that was an in joke.
No, Woody Harrelson is Carnage. I just hate that shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did introduce that.
Yeah, he's in the post credits for Venom.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
And I believe it
that.
because his dad actually is a murderer.
Yeah,
That's right.
What did you think of his wig?
It was bad.
Spot on.
It was bad.
Yeah, he did not look like Cletus Cassidy
No.
at all.
Was he even redheaded? Why am I remembering blonde?
No, it was red. It was like strawberry.
It was
blonde.
okay. Like it's not
It was
right.
like it wasn't like a. It was like they didn't go for the cartoony like red. They
You know
went-
who I'm thinking of? Like Cletus is. Do you remember Daria, the creepy guy?
Oh yeah,
Who
what was
am I
his name? He was like the pervert character.
Yeah.
Oh, Randall or something?
Randy something.
Yeah,
Oh,
he had the freckles,
God.
and yeah, I know
That's
you're
who Cletus is in my head.
I want to read Malik's headcanon comics. This seems.
Oh, they're good.
It's an MCU Daria crossover,
I'd watch that.
Bro.
which is in the Beavis and Butthead universe. So you got to get them in there.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead as Venom and Carnage.
There it is. We're making this right now.
Charles.
Charles, the creepiest name you could think of.
That's right, Chuck. Up Chuck.
Yep. Anyways, Spider-Man.
He exists.
Totally.
Spoder.
Wait, he exists?
Spider-Man.
Is this based on your database knowledge?
Yeah, and what year did you say it was, Malik?
3019.
It's
Yeah,
not.
and-
It's,
That's not
Yeah, and 39.
39.
39.
the year 39?
The year 39.
Okay.
39.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Which is in the future from now. Spider-Man will exist.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, this is based on my database.
So you're making projections.
Well, I mean, no, it's in my database.
Got it.
Someone wrote it down.
Uh,
It might not be real.
so what if I wrote down a notepad? and then-
I'm all like Wikipedia. Anyone can edit me.
You don't even need like an admin account.
No, listen, I've tried to.
Computer, I'm going to shut down the life support systems.
What?
Okay. All right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
How could I have known it was ransomware?
Yeah.
There's no way for me to have known that, other than the website I got it from.
Ransomware.com.
Yeah, it's just like
Kind of a dead giveaway.
it feels worth it because it was really good to have that trove of information.
I mean, I just feel like, when you had to enter in your credit card information to log onto the site, it should have
Should have
been.
been the sign.
Okay, well,
Oxygen
since
levels are critically
we may
low.
only have 30 to 45 minutes left of life support systems,
Oxygen levels are critically low.
it's time for our new segment, Nathan's quick movie reviews. He's gonna review the movie from Nathan's perspective, from a Nathan perspective is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
What did you like about it? What did you not like about it?
Yeah.
Cue the review music. Cue the segment change music. Nathan's hot take movie reviews.
I always love this. Here comes the best part. Yeah. But no, I really liked it. It's up there. Like Homecoming and Far From Home are both probably my top two favorite movies. I think still Spider-Verse is still definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie. Far From Home is probably either my second or third favorite. If you want to laugh at my opinions, that's fine. It really hurts my self-esteem.
Sorry, it's just so ridiculous everything you're saying. I can't not laugh at it.
No, I thought it was a fun movie. I would give it 3 out of 5 Waterworlds. But it was good. Like Spider-Verse is still definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie, but Homecoming and Far From Home are probably tied because, Tom Holland. He's just so charming and perfect.
And perfect.
Yes.
So, who do you think you should definitely go see it, and who shouldn't go see it?
Anyone that liked Homecoming will like it. I feel like anyone that's still riding the wave of Endgame would like it.
Okay.
Anyone that doesn't like it, people that are awful.
I think I'd add
True.
anybody who really enjoyed the later Thor movies.
Yeah,
Like Ragnarok. If you enjoyed Ragnarok, I think you'd like Far From Home.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, it's not the same kind of humor, but it was just as goofy and kind of lighthearted, even
Yeah.
in the serious moments.
Which was Spider-Man's thing.
Yeah.
Excellent work. I agree with that. I agree with all that. Did you guys hear that on the Blu-ray copy there is a short? They had so much extra stuff they did.
On Ragnarok?
Far From Home.
Oh.
On Blu-ray copy they have all the stuff that he did in New York before he goes to Europe that was just going to make the movie too long.
Oh,
So he fights the crime boss and has like interactions with people he had in Homecoming, like the deli owner and stuff like that. Like there's stuff that goes on with him in New York before he goes, and it's going to be its own little short included as extra feature on the Blu-ray. So that's
you know what I would have liked?
I want it so bad.
Well, more than like that sounds fun. But I'd also like. You remember how in Spider-Verse they did all these like nods to all the other Spider-Men? I think it would have been kind of cute if somewhere in Far From Home they did a little nod to Spider-Verse somewhere in there. Like maybe it was like on a laptop while they're on the bus somewhere. I don't know, just like a little like
Something.
because it's a part of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm. I bet they did. I bet we just missed it
Yeah.
because they did a nod to. At least it seems like there was a nod to the Insomniac game when he does the selfie. That thing was a pretty famous Insomniac thing. So I think it was a nod to that. So I think there's nods to a bunch of different Spider-Man things. There's definitely nods to Sam Raimi, and I think there was one in Garfield. There's one in the Garfield ones too.
In Spider-Verse.
No, I mean in these movies, I think they were doing nods. Maybe not in Homecoming. Like maybe they didn't do all of them in Far From Home, but I'm fairly certain there were some to the older ones in Homecoming, and now
Yeah.
they probably did a nod to it in this one. I probably just didn't see it.
Yeah.
It's my guess. I could be wrong, but I agree with you. It'd be cute. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I just like it. I like continuing the thing.
So do you guys know about Sinister Six?
No.
I wish Digital Jerod was still here because I'm not 1,000%. But you didn't beat the game, right? You didn't beat the PS4 game.
No, I've not finished it.
I don't want to give spoilers, but basically, it's a team of it's a team of Spider-Man villains that are classic, like his worst enemies: Doc Ock, Rhino,
Some of the characters we've seen in the game up to this point.
14 different animal villains who are like all of Spider-Man's villains are animals.
It's all fight.
It's like Mega Man, right?
Yeah.
You got Doc Ock, the Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, Green Goblin.
Goblin's not a creature.
What?
He's not an animal, he's a creature.
So you have-
Goblins aren't animals.
So you haven't been to the ship zoo then?
Yeah, no, there's...
Well, there's goblins, but they're not of the animal genus.
They're in the zoo.
That doesn't mean they're animals.
I feed them popcorn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess humans are animals, so I guess goblins are, but that's not the same thing.
The lizard and crocodile are both
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man villains.
Yep. Separate guys. Don't get them
Yeah.
confused. And definitely don't get those lizards confused with the
Yeah.
turtles.
Oh, I thought the turtle was the lizard. My bad.
Who do you think would be the worst animal villain? Like what animal would make the worst villain?
Like the worst, like the scariest? or like-
Yeah. Scariest, strongest.
Oh, like for real.
Other than the spider?
Dr. Dung Beetle.
Oh, he just rolls you in a poo ball.
Yeah. The skunk.
You just, like, bathe in tomato sauce on your fine.
No way! You can't get that stuff off.
Tomato Man is
your nemesis?
I mean, the crocodile's terrible. Like,
The honey badger.
seen an alligator?
That's pretty good.
Chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Just get in there, wrecking shit.
Mantis Shrimper.
Ooh.
The water bearer.
Nice. That's a good
Indestructible.
name. That is a good name. Millipede Man. Because it'd be horrible to look at him. You couldn't even.
Yeah.
Ugh!
He'd be like towering up, you know?
And the way his, like, body moves.
I hope he's
Yeah.
like a normal guy that just has like a skirt of like legs coming out of his hips.
Gross.
I am roly poly, and he just like he just curls up and you can't hurt him.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing.
Anytime you like kind of startle him. Ladybug Man.
He just gets really offended that
Yeah.
you.
I'm a lady man.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Squirrel Girl. So, worst villain.
She's super strong. Says the internet.
Who wins in a fight? Gwen Stacy or Zendaya? I mean, the real person.
Yeah.
Zendaya or Gwen Stacy.
Oh. Well, wait. What? Say that again?
Who wins in a fight? Gwen Stacy, the comic book character, or Zendaya?
Gwen Stacy from Spider-Verse?
No.
Zendaya.
She's so big.
But the Gwen Stacy from Spider-Verse is kind of BA, so her.
You know, she has powers and all.
And ballet shoes.
And ballet shoes. Zendaya doesn't own a single pair.
Not a one.
So, what would you have changed about the movie, Malik? Although we already heard that you don't like action. You would have taken all the action out of it.
No, I wouldn't have. I just thought that some of the scenes went on a little longer than they needed to. Like, we get it. They're fighting. Okay. We get the point.
Give us more Happy Hogan. I want to see more relationship between Marissa
They're
Tomei
going on a date.
and Jon Favreau. That's what I want.
I would have done less will they, won't they romance stuff and more heartbreak over the loss of the Avengers. Like, I mean, I get that he's trying to get with MJ this summer. That's, like, his thing. But, like, he's only kind of sad that Tony's dead. Like, there's a lot of other Avengers that are gone. And I know he's grappling with, like, maybe replacing him. But I think they do a lot more teen drama than they should have done. And maybe talking about, like, the weight of the Avengers being gone. They made there's no Avengers coming to fight this big, thing that Mysterio's created. Why is that? Oh, because there's like 3 Avengers left, and they're all the lame ones. So here we go, Night Monkey. Let's see if we can solve this on your own. Oh, I think that they could have gone into that more. I think I would have changed that. Less teen drama, more what's the world like without the Avengers? Which I think they're probably going to do as they make more Spider-Man.
I did think it was weird that they said, oh, no, there's no other Avengers coming. Now we have this giant catastrophe that's going to happen in London. It's going to kill, thousands of people. And they're like, there's no other Avengers coming. You're it, Spider-Man. Let's go. Well, hold on.
Yeah, wait.
Why? Why take that risk? Why not just get...
Hulk only has 1 arm, but, I mean, he's still Hulk.
Did Hulk actually lose his arm, or was it just, like, messed up?
They said that, like, it's going to be all gimpy like that for, like, ever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. But even still, the Hulk, I mean...
Yeah, one-handed Hulk is still really strong.
What are drones going to do against the Hulk? Nothing, right? I mean, he's just going to jump through them like...
And, like,
first
Thor's
Avenger.
still around.
No, he's in space.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, him and the Guardians.
Right.
Yeah.
He's off.
But they act like they can't come down. Like, shit's getting real on Earth. No one cares about it.
Oh.
I agree. I thought, but then at the end, I was like, well, maybe they didn't actually have the ability to, since it's not Nick Fury. But that seems like really too risky. He's like, I'll take a vacation, and the Earth gets destroyed or something. You know, I mean, like,
I feel like they probably knew that Spider-Man had it. Like, they were keeping that, like, their eye to the ground. They were like, all right, listen, we don't really care about all those European historical architecture or anything like that. Destroy
didn't they destroy, like, the British crown jewels and all that?
Yes, which is what I was saying to Isaac when we were watching it. I was like, listen, we need to go back to having these movies in America because, like, you can ruin, like, the New York City or Chicago. And it's like, okay, these buildings have been here since the 30s. Who cares? You're getting rid of stuff that's been there for 200 years at least. You know what I mean? Like, by the time that it was filmed, you're like, this is like classic architecture. We're losing culture here. And I'm like way more cringing. Like, Spider-Man, do you have to do that? Do you have to throw him through a window?
Spider-Man, walk.
You can never replace that window.
it's okay. Billionaires will save it. No, but I agree with you guys, because, like, in Age of Ultron, they actually literally destroyed a country, didn't they? Sokovia? Didn't they destroy that entire country?
Yeah, it's a made-up place, though, so who cares?
But, I mean, the point is that they have zero shits about any country that's outside of the United States, apparently. Where's Captain Britain?
Also, Sokovia is clearly, like, one of those countries that got divided up after the Cold War. So we know it's just, like, a ruined city with a lot of land, so you're not really doing much.
Okay, so you're on the side of them saying America first. That's your political
Well, it's like, well, they're
opinion.
poor anyway, so
I'm
it doesn't really matter.
I'm not saying America first. I'm saying destroy America first, unless it's another useless country.
America or one of those, like, poor Eastern European countries could go away.
Like,
Yeah.
really,
Someplace
do you
where
know
they have a lot of
Sokovia
goats.
versus the Ukraine? Is there a big difference?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not an MCU scholar. But Wakanda, right? Shouldn't they have been doing something about this whole thing? Black Panther?
A lot of stuff. Where were they during the Civil Rights Movement?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't know. It's a Marvel movie. I think what happens is these are fun movies to watch, and you can get into them because of, like, you read some comic books and, like, the story is decent. If you really pick apart Marvel movies too much, you're just like, oh, this is bad. Because
it's just a comic book.
It's just a comic book movie. I mean, that's not saying that they're not good or enjoyable, but they're not going to win any Oscars. So, like, let's not rip it apart. Just enjoy it for what it is.
I think you're right, and it's interesting that they still had that extended sequence of Mysterio explaining everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a long scene, right? It was
Yeah.
like 10 minutes of him explaining each part of what happened.
Oh, yeah.
You could have just said, we all hate Tony, and then, like, maybe if you really cared, you'd see the people who used to work with him in the room, and you'd be like, oh my god, that's the guy from Iron Man 1. I don't know if we need to go into each person's backstory.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and you had 2 kids who went to school with Tony, and they don't like him either. How are they doing, by the way? Tell me how they're doing. What's their Instagram? I meant to follow them, but
They never held the door open for me, so clearly there was no respect in our relationship.
And Mr. Barks, you are Tony's old dog's best friend, and you don't like him either.
Aptly named.
Bark, 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 bark.
Bark, bark, grr.
Yeah. Your part of the plan is the most devious.
Yeah, but, like, again, just take it for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying, is if we're supposed to take it for what it is, and I think that we should, maybe you don't need that extended explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time travel, it's fine. Yeah, okay.
Get it?
Captain America can do whatever he wants, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Sat on a bench for 70 years. It's alright.
Also, he should have been there. Come on, he's still Captain America, even
Yeah.
at 70.
Yeah, he's 70. He could still kick some ass.
He's gonna kick some drone ass.
Yeah. I'm hoping by the third one, my grand headcanon is like the third one comes in and like he is like a rock star, like he's like a hero.
He's gonna be a little full of himself. I think
He's gonna get a little cut.
Jerod.exe is gonna be right on that. I think he's gonna have the big man on town. You're gonna hear like the Bee Gees playing while he's walking down the street.
Eating, it's pizza time.
Yeah, I think that Tom Holland is the one that's like, super charming. Like they really picked the right guy because I watched this interview where they described when he learned that he got the role, and they said so he auditioned for it, and they were like, if it's you, we're gonna know on Monday. And he said 6 weeks later, I saw on their Instagram that I was cast as Spider-Man, and I went and ran to my brother, and I was like, I got it, and he's like, no, that couldn't be right because they wouldn't just put it on Instagram. And then Kevin Feige called him and was like, hey, I got great news. He's like, I already know. I saw it on Instagram.
Aww.
Yeah, so
he's so cute.
He's a charming guy for sure. The English accent still throws me though. It's like I just believe
that's right.
Yeah, he's so good at being an American. He's like Hugh
pulling
Laurie.
it up.
He's doing great.
He really is. And I'm spotting that. Like earlier I talked about Daniel Radcliffe. I don't know why I want to compare them. I guess because like even as a child, I felt like he was a charming little kid too. He cannot do an American accent. It's terrible.
I've never heard him try.
You hear Daniel Radcliffe try to be American. I'm like, stop it. This is bad. Tom Holland's pulling it off.
He did fine as Frodo. He sounded American in that.
That wrong guy.
So, I am going to find a pocket of air to sleep in while I rewatch Far From Home, since we talked about it, and I am jazzed to see it again.
Yeah, I will say that the levels of breathable gas in here are at critically, dangerously low levels.
I don't know what you mean. That was a weird way to say that.
Yeah, I don't know. If there was a warning or something, I'm sure it would be playing right now.
But I guess not.
I guess not.
Yeah, no, it is getting really bad. But you know what happens, in my experience, is every time the computer loses the capability to control life support, if you could just get through like 48 hours without it, it reboots.
Yeah, you
so
put it back
I'm going to go to my hidey hole that I have for these specific situations.
Where's that?
I can't tell you because it's just enough oxygen for myself and my snacks.
Okay, I won't go there, but just curious, where would someone like you have that?
It's very well hidden. I will not tell you.
Okay. All right, well, you go first.
No.
Well, I'm going to go to the gym, do a lot of cardio, run on the treadmill.
Gotcha.
I'll see y'all in a good solid 48.
Got it.
Yeah.
See ya.